somehow you'll be there. As long as you do your work. Through portal, I'll give you assistance more. I'm pretty much happy I covered up. Right? But I'll give you assistance as you progress. I will not give everything day one because then it will be basically spoon feeding. I don't want to do that. So as you progress, I give you my assistance. So contents, what I'm not worried. But yeah, quality check is what I'm worried about. Universities do have a hard challenge. Some of the students who did marketing paper in KL, I tell you the paper when I proofread for them because I teach marketing strategy, and I proofread the papers was excellent. I doubt the UK guys will write as good as that, but that student only got C, and I'm pretty much sure he got at least A minus or a B. But he got a C because I found out there's 8 papers which were sent out, right? 6 of it or 7 of it failed in their marking. University failed that completely. They didn't accept the local marking. Although the local marking done by 2 people and Mr. Satish, who's a very senior module leader too. He made a difference out of it, and yet. And it's understood that's how it's going to work for next couple of rounds. Okay? Okay.
So do we need a section of a literature review itself, apart from the citation and the references?
No, I don't think I need that. Just put it in a bag to kill yourself too much. Any more? Not too difficult, right? See. I just want your grades. To give me what I want to eat. Any more? No more questions? So I've given you samples, exactly how you. Yeah. I've given you ideas how to write your arguments, how to put in financial reporting, right? How to put in your tools, outcomes, right? Referencing, I talked about it. Make sure you use Harvard referencing as much as possible. I did mention you need to have applied referencing at least about 20 to 25. Applied referencing. That means you need to read at least 20 to 25 journals, plus minus. So you have to go through those things pretty much. Do a lot of research about the country. You definitely need to read about China, in and out, in Japan, and Asia Pacific, South Asia, find out their GDP growth, find out about their population growth, find out about their housing projects coming in, right? Residential property housing, what's the growth going to look like? All this give you heads up. It point out what is the demand going to look like down the road. See that? Useful arguments. That will justify your argument about whether they should go to China or not. My only concern about IKEA going to China is buyers' behavior. It's quite a concern for me whether China people, they are cash buyers. Right? They're cash buyers. It's like me taking out a credit card to pay in India a gold, and next to me one guy taking out cash of 78,000 and paying cash. That's what China is all about. It's all cash society. They're very rich, they're very choosy, they always want to be represented, whatever they buy. Can IKEA get into that culture or not? Right? Because the rich and the poor in China is extreme gap. IKEA comes where? In between. Are you there? Right? They're mid-range product. They're not high-end product. Even in Malaysia, they're mid-range product basically. So when the rich is there, the poor is there, and IKEA current product capacity coming in the middle, then you tell me how you're going to handle the strategy. So these are items that you will find as you go about reading through. I have gone through enough a website where you can get closest answer for this question. And I've gone through all that. By God's blessing, I think I got very powerful memory for 19 years. This is round 7. This question is going with you all. Because the other universities are also doing this kind of questions. So I've seen enough websites and contents and approach. Are you there? Now, student number 1 will cut and paste, submit. Will fail. So Student number 2 will cut from many places, paste and submit. Also will fail because every page the English style will run differently. Student number 2, 3, cut, paste, re-modify their own relevance here and there. Also will fail because most of the website we already know where it's coming from. Student number 5, won't cut. Rewrite my own words. Also will fail because there's no context. Are you there? So don't get into this 5 category. Are you there? If you got a very young marker, it's okay. But when you get a senior person like yourself, teach mark paper for many years, you get caught easily. Right? And I don't mark at all. First 2 pages, if I see plagiarism, I straight away take my big chalk. Boom, that's it. 0 straight outside. I will not waste my time. So first few pages, just be aware. Normally a good marker, they will read executive summary and conclusion first. You don't need to read the main text because that tells them where you are in point of your English, your level of understanding and everything else. With that too, you cannot cut and paste. Right? And I also share with you, I mark perfection. I mark perfection means when the paper is given to me, you get 100 marks straight away. Because I'm so well versed in this question, I know exactly what you're supposed to talk about every angle. So wherever you don't talk about certain things, get minus marked. Whatever balance is what you get. So please be aware of that. So you drive yourself towards perfection. Don't drive yourself towards completion. It's a wrong approach in my class. Drive towards perfection. Are you there? So you keep asking yourself, where are you going to ask question? Where are you going to challenge himself? Keep asking yourself when you do this work. So when I do backward marking, perfection marking, you will get minus mark all the way. And don't be surprised. Once you hit 60 mark, I'll stop. I try not to deduct anymore. Because this is an MBA paper. Right? You know what's an MBA qualification, right? It's masters. You must be a guru in so. Speak like a guru. Is that right? I hope I've impressed you. That's the way it works, basically, right? That's the way it works. Any more questions? Yes.
About diversification in other ASEAN countries, I want to talk about only one country. I propose to say I want to enter Japan or Indonesia. It's okay. It's one.
Well, the question asks you to do what? Should or shouldn't? They have tried to go into Japan and China, am I right? No? Did it work? I don't know. You tell me. But if it worked, do you think it's a good idea for them to go to the rest of it? So what will happen now? You will have a table with a defector where you say for diversification, these are the key defector analyses. So you've done analysis in Japan and China, and you say it looks clear they should go for it, which they already planned. Am I right now? You take the same table, you go and do in Philippines, right? On the defector basis. Based on the analysis, it shows clearly Philippines is a good country to go. So you keep doing few countries, no? So if I ask you what is the defectors there? Well, if you do a research about when to diversify, there is a list of questions that comes up. When the company should consider to diversify, for whatever strategy to diversify, am I right now? So you do use the kind of defectors and analyze against the company or the country. That tells you whether the country is ready for such situation or not. And you use that as an argument whether they should go just for China or Japan or broader opportunity to go for it. Read that? But the question that I'll first thing I'll check is how do you go about analyzing, right, the country's readiness for diversification of IKEA. Right? And is IKEA ready also now? Also you need to find out whether IKEA ready for that kind of business model. Right? Would that kind of business model impact IKEA's reputation? Also you should ask, because it's joint venture. You heard about that? Joint venture, there's outsourcing. So all these are diversifications. Do you think it's a good idea to go for? Okay? Not an easy question, just to share. Every question there's a bomb built into it. You fail to understand the core part of it, you're going to lose mark. But work with me through the portal. But don't give me negative questions. Give me questions with your views. And I'll say yes or no.